Hello and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Memphis Depay, as it has been reported that Barcelona are weighing up a contract extension for the forward as manager Xavi appreciates his professionalism. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Wolverhampton Wanderers defensive midfielder Ruben Neves, as it has been reported that FC Barcelona are facing competition from Arsenal in the race for the 25-year-old Premier League midfielder. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Memphis Depay has not had the easiest of times at Barcelona since arriving at the club last year on a free transfer. The Netherlands international started off so well by scoring some important goals, but an injury derailed his momentum. The arrival of new forwards like Ferran Torres and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in January further impacted his game time. Despite that, Depay finished as the top scorer of the club last season with 18 goals in all competitions. However, with the signing of Robert Lewandowski and Rafinha in the summer, he was pushed further down the pecking order. An exit was on the cards for the 28-year-old, with FC Barcelona ready to hand him a letter of freedom to let him depart as a free agent. The move to Juventus was close until it ended up collapsing, forcing the Dutchman to stay. Game time has been hard to come by for the former Manchester United ace, and with his contract expiring next year, there have been speculations over his future. But as per a fresh update from Sport, FC Barcelona are now considering the possibility of offering Memphis Depay a new contract for another year, as long as his salary is favorable for the club. The report states that Xavi and the rest of the staff are very happy with Memphis Depay's professionalism and value him for his versatile nature and ability to make all-round contributions. The fact that Memphis Depay has accepted his role as a squad player and is happy to contribute in whichever way possible is seen as another positive point by FC Barcelona. So Barcelona would be willing to offer him a new contract as long as his salary is in the mid-low range within the squad. However, any decision will likely be taken after the FIFA World Cup later this year. Based on how Depay fares in the tournament in Qatar, the Dutch ace had demanded a pay of around 7 million euros net from Juventus before his move collapsed. Whether that is something that Barcelona would be open to paying to extend his contract remains to be seen. Memphis Depay, of course, has been a great player for us without a shadow of a doubt. Even though it has been just so unfortunate for him that Barca buying Robert Lewandowski have definitely mean that Memphis will have reduced game time. As we have seen this season so far, he has just been merely a squad player, and I think whenever he enters the pitch, I think Memphis have been playing so well, and Xavi have every right to be happy with his professionalism. It was just rather unfortunate that going for international break this last month, Memphis Depay picked up an injury with the Netherlands alongside his compatriot Frankie de Jong. But as it has been reported, both their injuries had just 1 week or I think yes or 2 weeks maximum, so they will not be out for long like maybe Araujo will spend like 3 months or so. So Memphis Depay has been great, and I think he has accepted his fate as not being a starter as he wished. Like last season, he was the starter all the time until Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang came in the month of January, right? So now getting the reports of Barca trying to see if they can extend his contract. To be honest with you, I'm surprised because I definitely knew that Barca would get rid of Memphis. They'll sell him immediately. His contract comes to an end in 2023. So getting this report of Barca contemplating if they can extend the contract, it's really great. That shows how the faith and how they like the way he behaves, his professionalism. But now the report tried to stress the fact that his salary can still be a burden because, signing a new contract might also mean increasing his salary. And Barca are so keen because we know how Laporta and his brother are trying to regulate the wage bill in the whole squad. And let's see, because if Memphis Depay can accept a very affordable salary from Barca, then I think he will extend. But if Barca deem Memphis's demands as much, then maybe, just maybe, Barcelona will be unsatisfied and will likely sell him or will let him to go as a free agent. So let's see how it's gonna look like. Memphis Depay, I think he's a good squad player. You know, because normally he had to go to Juventus, but as I've been saying it count times without number, I think it was a blessing that Memphis Depay did not succeed to go to Juventus, because I don't understand how Barca were thinking. You sell Aubameyang to Chelsea, and you have only Robert Lewandowski there, and you wanted to sell Memphis again to Juventus, because if not of Juventus, to be honest, we could have had just Robert Lewandowski, which means if Lewandowski is injured, we are finished. But now at least we have Memphis Depay, who is there and can also play that role. And the good thing about Memphis is he's a versatile player. We can remember the game against Elche before the international break. Memphis played at the left side on the wings, and he played exceptionally well. So I think that versatile nature is something that manager Xavi also praises a lot about the Dutch forward. So it's good to see Memphis Depay doing what he's doing and accepting the fact that the squad needs to grow and he has competition. So let's see how it's going to look like if indeed Barca will extend the contract or not. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona's biggest goal next season will be to find a replacement for Sergio Busquets, who looks set to leave the club when his contract clocks up. The Spaniard has been eyeing a move for the MLS for a while, and reports suggest that he would have probably left Barcelona already had there not been a World Cup this year. Xavi and co have shortlisted a few players that could serve as the club's next long-term defensive midfielder. On top of that list are Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi and Wolverhampton Wanderers' Ruben Neves. Neither of them will arrive without problems, though. The former is said to be in talks to extend his contract with La Real, while the latter, according to Sport, is on Arsenal's radar as well. The Gunners' boss, Mikel Arteta, is said to be a fan of the midfielder and wants to sign him to strengthen their central midfield. Along with Barcelona, Arsenal too tried to sign Neves in the summer, but were met with a refusal from Wolves. They demanded $60 million for the Portuguese, which was well out of Barca's reach. Neves' contract expires in 2024 and has no intention to renew it. Barca and Arsenal know about that as well and are willing to go back for him next summer when Wolves will be obliged to offload him for a lower price to avoid losing him for free. Arsenal will likely have a much stronger financial proposition for Neves, but the 25-year-old is rumored to be prioritizing the move to Barcelona. He also rejected moves to Manchester United and Liverpool last summer when he heard about the interest from the Camp Nou. So, if there is any truth to this rumor, we will likely not see Barca enter a bidding war for Neves. They will have to convince the player to join them over the Gunners, much like Rafinha and Jules Koundé over Chelsea next summer. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.